Hi, everybody.
What's going on, everybody?
It's Pat and Angie with Hometown Revolution, and it's day 3 of 30. And today's topic, what we're going to talk about, we're still in the build process of your engine, basically. And today's is about the Facebook business page and pixel. And why the heck do you need these anyway?
Well, as we've talked before, the traffic is on Facebook. And when we talk about Facebook and social media, I am more of a visionary and I'm always looking forward. So I'm going to say it's Facebook right now. It's
True.
not going to always be Facebook. It's just what's working right now. This is first quarter, second quarter of 2021, and Facebook has peaked, I think. So there will be something else, but right now the traffic is in Facebook. And you need to get out in front of the traffic. So go play in front of the traffic.
So we're talking about getting a Facebook page. And, just if you're very new to Facebook as a business or, as a person in general, if you're new to it, which we have met a lot of people that way that are, in order to have your business on there, it has to be connected to a profile. It's just the way it is. And, if you're going to have a business page on Facebook, you got to get over that.
So the differences and it's funny that some people don't understand it. It gets kind of confusing. Your Facebook account is called your personal profile. That is not your business. A lot of people will name that profile as a business. Facebook does not like that. Eventually that's going to catch up and they're going to shut that down. It is a personal profile. Then from each personal profile, you can create pages. We call them business pages, but they can be for other things, but it is a page. You cannot have a page unless you have a profile.
You want to show them our page?
Am I
We'll show you our page and what we're talking about.
So this is our Facebook page for Hometown Revolution. It is connected through my profile. I had to have a Facebook profile, a Facebook account, that I then created a page. And you can always create a page. If you don't have a page, you go to your profile. Up here in the corner is a little triangle. You click shortcuts, and right here is the page. So that is, once you click it, you can click over here and create a new page. So it's pretty easy. You just walk through, you put your information in, and then Facebook will try to force you to sign up for WhatsApp over and over again.
But take a look at the top as well. I mean, when you're creating this business page, think of it as an extension kind of your website and of you. So you want to make sure that top area has, when people get to your page, they know exactly what they're getting. If you're in the service industry, like a landscaper or a lawn care company, put your phone number on there. Put a tracking phone number on there if you have it. We'll talk about that later.
Cover photo is what they call it. So once you have your Facebook page, that is how we run ads. And that's why we're talking about this, because everything we do is about getting more traffic. So we're trying to get attention, keep attention, and then multiply the attention. And by the multiplication, we have to use paid ads.
We'll get into that later.
You cannot run an ad on Facebook unless you have a page. So it all works in line. You got to have a profile. Then you got to have a page.
And then what do you need?
And then the thing that sets our system apart is we use Facebook's business manager to create a pixel. So I'm guessing most people have heard the word, but may not know what a Facebook pixel is. You want to explain it or you want me to?
Well, I'll give you my explanation of it, and then Pat can chime in on that. Basically, to explain it in terms of me being someone that's not quite as tech savvy as he is, when you go to, okay, you said it, not me. But when you go to a website, I hear this all the time everywhere I go in groups. They're like, oh, well, I went to that website and then I went back to Facebook and now I'm seeing all these ads for, whatever they were looking at. And I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, they had a Facebook pixel. That's where the Facebook pixel comes into play.
So the technical description is Facebook will give you a little piece of code that you install on your website, and it'll be on basically every page, and it's tracking everybody that ever comes to your website. If that person comes to your website and they have a Facebook account, it will match it. It doesn't know who it is. It just knows that it's like this computer that has a number has been to this page and this page, but not this page. So what that allows us to do in Business Manager and the ads of Facebook is run ads to people that have already been to your website. So if they're, the theory behind this is if they're interested enough to go to your website and learn about you, it's probably a good idea to stay in front of them by showing them more ads so they can come and learn more about you. Eventually, hopefully become a lead and then a customer.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. I hear way too much talk about that and how negative it is. It's just getting the products in front of you, products that you're interested in. I've heard, many people at the gym, they all talk about leggings and stuff like that. And then they're shown more companies that offer it. It makes it easier. So don't think of it as a bad thing.
And it's the way of the world. So
yep.
That's why you need a pixel, and it's a little bit more complicated. That will be another training we have inside of our course for our members, our members only course. We're going to be doing lots of pixel training. And it's one of those things, it's very technical, but once it's set up, which is not easy, it's step by step. Once you set it up, it's set and forget. So
and
you never have to touch it again.
When it comes back to your, let's get back to your page as well and setting up your page. Don't be afraid to tell people what you do on there. And don't be afraid to tell people on your profile what you do when you share your business page. We get that a lot from people being afraid to share their, what they do, their business on Facebook. Trust me, you think it's a lot that you're sharing it. It's really not, because there are so many posts that are going on to Facebook every single second. People are not seeing you that much.
People are afraid to come off like they're bragging, and I get it, because we were kind of like that too.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you're bragging all the time, but if you're not telling people all the time, I think you think you're saying too much, but the truth is they're not thinking about you at all. So you have to keep putting yourself out in front of each other.
Right. Most definitely. Let's see.
So we talked about the Facebook page.
How about drawback? Well, we talked about that. People getting sick of seeing the business. And then I hear a lot of people say they don't have time to manage. They don't have time to manage the messages and all the comments and stuff like that. It is another part of your business. It is overwhelming, but there are systems out there. We have one. There are systems that can help you manage that. So just know that there are things out there that can help you manage those, all the messages that are coming in from all the different ways on social media.
Yep.
So.
It's all about simplifying, making things faster and more.
Catching them.
Yep. Catch them in there and reel them in, so you don't have to spend so much time. You could spend more time working in the business rather than on the business.
But just realize it's important. I mean, do it from the get-go, because again, like we said on the website, on doing the website, we talked about that yesterday. Same thing with Facebook. If you don't do it in the very beginning and take the time, take those few minutes to do it and make it look good and put all the descriptions and all the information on that sidebar of your business page, it doesn't take long. Do it. It's done. Yep. And then you're set and ready to roll.
So to recap, yesterday we talked about having your website. Hopefully you have one. If not, you're thinking about getting one.
Yep.
You've got a Facebook profile, which you're watching this probably on Facebook, maybe YouTube, but you have to have a Facebook profile, get a page going, and start thinking about running an ad. So if you have that pixel set up, great. If you don't, you can Google it, figure it out, or we can help you in the forums. If you want
join our group.
To join our group, let me shine right there.
Yep.
hometownrevolution.com/group. That's one way. The other one is hometownrevolution.com/forum. And you can also start to learn about Justine, the lead machine.
Oh, yeah.
So that is basically the end of today, I think. We got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that's it. And tomorrow we're going to lightly go over, briefly go over Google.
Google My Business.
Yep.
Is
Another big one.
big thing that you need, that you just like free traffic,
Yep.
but you have to set it up right from the start.
And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We won't tell you any more today. You got to join us tomorrow.
Get your Facebook page set up. Start thinking about a pixel.
Any questions?
Need any help with that? Jump in the forums and we'll help you out. And comment below.
I think that's it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Clear as mud. Peace.
See ya.